back with another game. This has been a victory, 78.5% accuracy, a few mistakes, one missed key move, an overall performance of 1750. Some inaccuracies in the opening, but let's start with the review. D4 as usual, E6, C4, C5, and this should be the Horwitz defense. I continued with knight in F3, black takes in D4, and I take back with the knight in D4. Black activates the queen to attack the pawn in C4. I didn't care because that pawn is protected by my bishop in F1, and I decided to push the e pawn to e3. This is an inaccuracy. The engine wants me to develop my knight in b3, which is probably a book move. Not a book move, but the best move. Okay. Black develops the knight in c6. I finally develop my knight as well in c3. And black brings the bishop in b4, pinning the knight to the king. Here the best move was to bring the knight in b5, but I was quite, let me see, I was worried about what about this? Yes, okay, but okay. After this, white has nothing. White the engine says plus 1.3, but to me the position is almost equal. The position is almost equal. Black has already castled, and yes, that light square bishop is not very happy to be stacked in the at home, but overall I would say that the two positions are almost equal. Okay, back with the game. Inaccuracy by black, inaccuracy by me. I think this is a logical move. I'm developing a piece, I'm activating my bishop. Now my bishop is protecting the knight, and mostly is unpinning the knight. This is a mistake, but black decides to take the knight with the bishop, and I can take back with the bishop. Black makes this inaccuracy, but again, I think that this is a logical move. Is he is developing a piece. Oh, I can see why it is an accuracy because after so for example if I do this which is a mistake because I don't want to really trade, and indeed I didn't trade. Here, this is a mistake because the best move was to threaten the queen, but here in this position I want to finish my development and castle. So, bishop in d3, pointing at h7, and I'm very happy with my position. Position is equal, but I'm very happy. And then I can jump with the knight in b5. I didn't understand at all this move by black. Here the best move for black is to trade the knights, the knights, because my knight is start can become very dangerous, and indeed I found this move, knight in b5, attacking the queen, and threatening to jump eventually in the hole in d6. This looks like a good move according to the engine, but I think that the best move is this one, indeed, because with this move I can at least um, cover both c7 and d6. Okay, back with the actual game. No rush to jump in d6. I prefer to castle. Again, simple chess. Let's try to follow very simple principles and avoid blunders. This move is useless because I can jump. I can jump here. Here, the best move was to break the center, and now I can't jump anymore on d6 because the queen can take. But black didn't find the right move, so I finally jumped on d6. The king has to move, and here the best move was to start to push the pawns, but I prefer to activate my queen. I prefer to activate my queen also because I want to double the pawns on the f file. That was the plan. The queen attacks my knight, and this is a mistake. I saw the best, what the engine says is the best move. I saw this one, but the fact is that that pawn, can fall very easily because, for example, if yes, this is a team. This is a team, but uh, okay, let's do this, and then Ah, okay, I see why. I see. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Back with the game. Error because with the knight in this square, I'm can at a certain point I can threaten the checkmate in f7. Okay. Here I decided to trade the knight. This is clearly an error because my knight is a very active. This is a stupid error. This is a stupid mistake because the knight in d6 is my is all my pieces look very good now because the queen is active, the bishops are two killers pointing toward the black's king. But let's compare my knight in d6 that for sure it has to be protected. But let's compare that knight with the bishop, the right square bishop of black. That bishop is not doing anything. Is stuck at home. He can't move. He can't go anywhere, basically. At least in order to develop black has to move the b pawn and then to bring the bishop in b7, and even then I can take it with my knight. So this is a very stupid mistake. No need to trade my best piece for the black's worst piece. Okay, back with the game. Now the knight in f6 is defended only by the pawn, so I can continue with my plan and I can give my bishop to double the pawns and eventually capture the pawn in f6 with my queen. The queen now is threatening the rook that has to move. Probably not the best. Probably not the best decision. The best decision here was to try to exchange, try to trade the queens. However, this is not a totally bad move because still there is this open file. The rook is pointing towards my king, so I have to be careful here. Yes, I could have given a check, but I didn't see a clear continuation, and I can give that check later. I prefer to activate my rook and put it on an open file, a semi-open file on the D file. Inaccuracy by black that moves that tries to attack my bishop, but I can easily bring back on e2. Now the knight is attacking my queen, and here I found the best move, which is bishop takes knight, and here I was expecting that black would take using the pawn, because at this point I can play this, but this, no, this is not a concrete threat because I can take with the queen, but I have to be careful because this is an open file, and the queen is pointing towards h2, so I have to be very careful. Uh, no. Okay. Instead, black took using the rook. I gave this check. This looks like an error, and I see why. Because I had to protect the pawn in c4 with by pushing the pawn to b3, but instead I gave this check to capture the pawn in h5. Which, by the way, could be at a certain point very annoying. Okay, I took this pawn, I'm threatening the rook that has to move. Here probably is... I was expecting that. Black decided to double the rooks. Here the best move was to take that hanging pawn. Here I only have one move, that is the pawn in g3 to avoid that check and eventually mate or something similar, because if now I do this, this is arrives, I move here, and also this one is very dangerous, because now, yes, the position is very good for black. However, I found the best move. Queen takes. I attack the queen with the pawn. And now I have the opportunity to start to give check. And from now on, I mean, I'm always have been in a better position with respect to black, but from now on, I was my position continued to be better and better. So nothing very interesting here, because I just move, I continue with checks. I'm taking a pawn. Here I try to trade the rooks. The queen is trying to fork the two rooks, but I can double the rooks. The queen moves in e2, and now I can take because my rook in d1 is protected by the queen, and here the best move was to take with the rook. Here I'm down on the clock. As you can see, I have slightly more than 3 minutes and a half, and instead black has 6 minutes and 20 seconds. So I'm up to pawns, and I would like to trade the queens and play the endgame that I can reasonably win. Black does what I think it's a smart move, because instead of capturing the queen, black decides to centralize the king to have a king more active in the end game. But here I don't want anymore to, in this case, I don't want anymore to trade the queens, and I give another check. And here I'm threatening the queen. Queen moves in the h3 square, which is a very dangerous position for the queen because something very nasty could arrive. And check, 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 take a pawn, check, check, and here the engine says that I'm missing a move because if I play queen takes f7, it's mate in 2, but here again I saw the fork actually not it's not a proper fork, it's a skewer. I think the name is the skewer. By giving this check with the rook and threatening the queen. The queen is forced to capture the rook. I can capture the queen with my queen, and now I am 6 pawn and a queen for 3 pawns and the rook. The king moves. I give a check, and the opponent resigned. So very good match, very good game. I'm happy. I'm happy. Let's see. I think that the main lesson from this game, apart from a few things in the opening, where here the best move is this one, and not the push of the pawn in e3. But I think the main lesson is I have a very powerful piece, and I decided for some reason to trade it with the least active square and least active piece and least powerful piece of the opponent in here. And also here the right move is not castling, because if black finds this move, I can play a knight to d6 anymore, and this knight is not so powerful as before. And yes, at this point no need to trade that piece, especially no need to trade it with the least active piece of black. In this case, simple chess, pawn to c5 to protect my knight, and black has to think how to defend in this position. And I have a very good position. As you can see, the material is equal because two rooks, the queen. Okay, I have 2 bishops, and black has 2 knights, and I have 1 knight, and black has a bishop. But look at my pieces. The queen is very active, the bishops are pointing towards the castling of, are pointing towards the black's king. The bishop is in a terrible position, stuck at home, and the queen is basically used only to defend and has not many squares to where to move. So here my position is very strong, and there is no absolute need to uh, trade my best piece for the least active piece of black. Indeed, as you can see, as soon as I trade, I pass from plus 3.8 to plus 1.5 in just one move. This is a very bad mistake, a very stupid mistake. And okay, I hope to have learned something, and I think that's all for this game review. So see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.